What's going on, guys? Sticks here with the Token Minorities, bringing you week 9 of season 5 of the CPC Majors, and this week we are up against Joost and the Angels of Beheeyeim. Yes, I know it's Beheeyeim, but in this case, because it's supposed to be a parody on Angels of Anaheim, it's Angels of Beheeyeim, so just roll with it. But either way, we are both in the playoff picture, so this is a very, very intense matchup in terms of playoff positioning and also like setting the tone for the instance that we might meet in playoffs. Now, immediately looking at his team, he has, okay, first and foremost, he has Coco. He has Coco, and he has Coco, which is just honestly, utterly terrifying, and sorry, I hit the desk right there, but there's not, yeah, I mean, just Coco is scary because of the myriad of sets it can run, and the more that I'm in Draft League, the more that I like Coco. Like, I honestly didn't at first, but, I mean, I am bearing witness to its power and its versatility, so yeah, now I'm about to witness firsthand about how good it is, so this is going to be a very interesting matchup. That being said, I think we have some Mons that have a pretty solid matchup, and unfortunately some Mons that do not. Now, on top of Coco, he also has Mega B, which is very annoying in terms of being able to outspeed a lot of stuff and just U-turn knockoff, that type of thing. And then he has some very bulky Mons in Arcanine, Donphan, Umbreon, Bronzong. And oh, by the way, he also has two absolutely mortifying special attackers in Porygon Z and Kommo-o. So we are going to have our work very much cut out for us this week, and it's going to be rough. Oh, also he has Archeops, Virizion, and Clawitzer, three big threats if you underestimate them, which unfortunately something might get underestimated and something might slip through the cracks just because, I mean, his team's very, very interesting and everything can do something well and can disrupt me in a different way. So this is going to be a very tough matchup. Now, looking at my Mons and my matchup against him, the first thing that I notice is, so you guys have kind of noticed that I love Scizor. Oh, not necessarily I love Scizor, I mean I do love Scizor because it's worked out very well, but Scizor has kind of been my crutch for most of the season in terms of it being my sweeping potential along with like Mega Kang and stuff like that. But Scizor has been able to clean up. I hate Scizor in this matchup. Like, I was looking at that and I was like, oh man, he has Bronzong, Arc, like, I just really, really do not like Scizor in this matchup. So unfortunately, Scizor had to hit the bench this game. But I was noticing that Scarf Houndoom actually hits a pretty solid speed tier for this. And then in addition to like Landorus and Mega Kang, I have some Mons that can actually deal with some of his stuff. So that's ultimately going to be what we go for. Now, first of all, you see the Landorus, and no, you're not having a stroke. I am using a special Landorus this game. So when I saw his team, I was like, you know what? Landorus I would absolutely destroy him, so I am going to go with Z Gravity Landorus Therian in this, because first of all, nobody expects Landorus Therian to be special, and with kind of good reason. It sort of has 145 base attack and only 105 base special attack. Well, I think that Z Gravity, which by the way, Z Gravity raises your special attack by 1 stage and also allows your moves to hit better, aka lets Focus Blast hit better. I think that Z Landorus has a wonderful matchup. I mean, with Earth Power being able to hit things neutrally, being able to hit Bronzong super effectively, Archeops super effectively, Focus Blast, and also Arcanine and Tapu Koko, but this Landorus would not be sweeping unless Tapu Koko is gone, not even necessarily low, because HPIs can revenge me. So, I mean, with the coverage that I have, if I'm able to get rid of Tapu Koko and Archeops, if he decides to bring that, and his Scarfer, I think that this Landorus can put in a ton of work, with Focus Blast actually being able to 2-hit KO Spadef Umbreon when I'm at +2. Well, not +2, +1. So the moveset, pretty self-explanatory. Gravity brings down things like Bronzong and Archeops to be hit by Earth Power, and then I'm thinking that once he sees Lando, he's either going to go into Arcanine, Donphan, or Bronzong, all of which, as they switch in, as I go, well, actually, Arcanine won't be a switch in. It will be, no, it'll be either Donphan or Bronzong, both of which are destroyed by +1 Earth Power from Landorus if I'm able to get that up on the switch. And then I hopefully will be able to do a little mini sweep with Landorus. So we have Gravity, obviously, bring his mons down, increase my special attack. Focus Blast to be able to hit, what was it? It was Umbreon. Just hit Umbreon super effectively, and then other stuff, just kind of a bonus coverage like on Porygon Z, but Earth Power should do a decent amount to that anyway. And then finally, I was thinking, okay, what is the last coverage move I need? And realized that Virizion could be one thing if he decides to bring it that could potentially stop my sweep and take a hit and then get off 2 Leaf Blades as it is faster. So I decided that, you know what, I'm going to run Psychic as well. So I actually kind of have 2 ways to take advantage of Psychium Z. I have Z Gravity, which is what the set is designed around, and then Psychic if I just wanted to throw off a Shattered Psyche late in the game to pick off something. As for the EVs, we have enough to outspeed timid Porygon Z. Special attack is just enough to guaranteed 2-hit KO Spadef Umbreon with Focus Blast at +1, and then I threw the rest into HP, put myself at an odd HP number, and then threw 4 into defense. Next we have Mega Kang with Workup. I love Kangaskhan. I mean, it's starting... Really, like, it hasn't done a whole lot this season, but at the same time, it's made my opponent prep for it, which has opened up things for... which has opened up other mons, which means that Mega Kang still can potentially put in work again later in the season. So yeah, I'm loving me some Mega Kang right now. And this set I'm going purely physical with Fake Out to be able to pressure his fast mons that are also somewhat weak defensively, like Mega Bee and Tapu Koko. Just wear those things down. Earthquake for the inevitable Rocky Helmet mon that he's going to be switching in, and then Drain Punch to be able to recover off some of the HP and then work up to abuse switches. Like if he tries to use Arcanine as a check, I can work up on the switch and then hit it with a neutral Earthquake, although defensive Arcanine still takes it. Getting hit by a neutral Earthquake hurts a lot more than a -1 Earthquake. The speed, once again, is for Porygon Z. That thing is absolutely terrifying, and there's no way that I can straight counter it, so I have to have checks and even just soft checks in that in my Landorus and my Kangaskhan to be able to outspeed it. And so that's what the speed is for. The attack is to guaranteed 3-hit KO Bronzong at +1 with Drain Punch. I really couldn't come up with a better attack investment or a better benchmark to hit, so that was something that, you know what, he might bring that, so might as well hit that number while also hitting pretty hard and having some good bulk, and then the rest in HP. I mean, granted, I do hit 404, which is a good substitute number, but that really wasn't my intent. It was just kind of a, oh, cool, look how that turned out. So that is the Kangaskhan. Next, we are bringing Cresselia, and this is a try not to lose to Tapu Koko mon. I'm bringing Rest Talk once again because I'm actually really loving Rest Talk Cresselia as it has much more reliable recovery. It's not as susceptible to Toxic as before, and then I'm using Toxic and Psyshock for Calm Mind Tapu Koko, just so I can guaranteed break its sub. Even if it does get up to +1 on me, I can still do reliable damage to it, and Toxic is for wearing it down. Now, it's worth noting that I can combine Toxic with Rest Talk in order to 1v1 Umbreon. Even though it does get synchronized on me, I have Rest and Sleep Talk, so I can continually Toxic it while it goes for... I can continually Toxic it while it goes for Wish, Heal Bell, all that stuff, and then I eventually can stall it out and Toxic it in order to be able to wear that thing down. So, I mean, yeah, it does lure in Bronzong, but I should be able to take advantage of Bronzong enough with the rest of the mons on this team. The Spadef is enough to live +1 Gigavolt Havoc in electric terrain after rocks from Tapu Koko. Just try to get a Toxic on it and then wear it down with Fake Out from Kang, and ultimately hope that that will be enough right there. This is just kind of a don't lose to Tapu Koko. And the Mental Herb I'm using because even if it's like Taunt... Okay, so Taunt, Calm Mind, Koko is a set that he can definitely bring, and in that case it would actually really destroy me because I wouldn't be able to Toxic it. Mental Herb is to guaranteed get off that Toxic, maybe get off that Rest later if he tries to wear me down, that type of thing. It's just basically an emergency, okay, you're not going to get swept by Koko. You might lose a couple mons, but you will not get swept. The next mon is Bulky Bat, and this thing is here for one reason, and one reason only: Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill is a big problem, and Crobat is nice to have a 100% switch into that thing. And also it's good for wearing things down. Like this is another way of taking on Umbreon. It's another way of taking on Bronzong. Like Bulky Bat just does so much work in this. If I can get rid of like Tapu Koko and Archeops Porygon Z, this thing does a ton of working. Oh, also Brave Bird can also hit things like, what am I trying to say? Things like Mega Beedrill and Como and Virizion super effectively. I mean, that's not necessarily what it's for, but Brave Bird has some solid coverage. That Toxic, Taunt, and Roost take care of the rest. So basically Toxic and Taunt are to stall and wear down his bulky stuff. Roost is so I don't die, and then Brave Bird is for coverage. Just very simple, but this Crobat set is incredibly effective. Rocky Helmet is the item of choice, so that Mega Beedrill can't just freely U-turn against me. It will be taking damage from Rocky Helmet and his other physical mons as well. I started with Black Sledge, but was like, you know what? I can recover enough with Roost. Rocky Helmet can get me the damage that I need on certain mons to where I might be able to win the game with Bulky Bat, or just wear down the mons that I need to wear down with it. The speed is to guaranteed outspeed Archeops, the rest is in HP to give it an odd number, and then I threw the remaining EVs into defense. So this actually, with Rocky Helmet, Taunt, and Roost, is able to 1v1 Bronzong, which I think is kind of cool, is something that Crobat isn't normally able to do. Next, I have Druddigon, and once again, this thing's role in this team is to get up rocks, and then hurt stuff that hits physically. Just like, yeah, get up rocks, prevent Tapu Koko from setting up on it, and then hurt Mega Beedrill as it tries to go for like a knockoff, Poison Jab, U-turn, that type of thing, or Donphan for knockoff, Bronzong, Gyro Ball, that type of thing. Just really get up rocks and punish any physical attackers that try to go for contact moves. The Spadef is to live Life Orb, Dazzling Gleam from Koko after rocks. Just enough in that if I wanted to hit other benchmarks, I had to invest too much into Spadef that I wasn't really comfortable with it, so that felt like a decent one to hit. And then the rest in HP and defense, just so I can take hits as well as possible and potentially wear stuff down, just like be out there more for things to take Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin damage. So once again, Drud's role is to just simply get up rocks and prevent other stuff from sweeping me. And finally, we have Houndoom. Now, I actually really like Houndoom in this matchup because it outspeeds what I need it to, and it has coverage for what I need as well. And also, I'm able to run Modest and still be able to hit the speed tiers that I need to. So the speed, I'm just going to start with the EVs on this one and then go up to the moveset. The speed is to guaranteed outspeed Mega Beedrill while still being Modest to hit as hard as possible, because like Houndoom's not going to need to take hits anyway, so I don't need the extra bulk. So putting a ton in speed and then maxing out special attack was the way I decided to go, and then I just threw the rest in HP because it happened to be an odd number, so that worked out. And then as for the moveset, Fire Blast and Dark Pulse cover. Fire Blast, Dark Pulse, and Sludge Bomb cover what I need to. I mean, Sludge Bomb, Tapu Koko, Arcanine, Dark Pulse, Mega Beedrill, Fire Blast. I mean, just has decent coverage against his entire team and some of his likely brings. And this is one of those instances where I was thinking, oh my gosh, I would absolutely love to have Hidden Power Fairy be a thing, because that would round out this coverage perfectly, give me something to essentially just KO Como with if I needed to, and go from there. But unfortunately, Hidden Power Fairy is not a thing, so I went back and forth for a long time. Okay, do I run Wisp or do I run Toxic? And ultimately decided that Toxic was the way to go, because I can always just rely on Kang in the back with Fake Out to rack up toxic damage, that type of thing. And so, yeah, I mean, it's would have loved Hidden Power Fairy, but unfortunately Toxic was just what I ended up having to go with because Hidden Power Fairy does not exist. So yeah, that is the team, and let's just go ahead and hop right on over to the battle. Alrighty, we've got the game, and unfortunately I did not know that Joost was going to be memeing, and so there's that, and he was not bringing serious sets, so basically everything that I planned for went down the drain, in addition with the fact that he did not bring Tapu Koko. So yeah, a lot of my prep just flush. And then also the list I was using apparently was out of date, and he has since grabbed Gourgeist over Virizion. I don't know why I forgot about that, but regardless, it appears I did, and Gourgeist is actually a little bit of a problem. So yeah, I guess we're just going to jump right into that. I am going to lead off with my Kangaskhan as he leads with his Bronzong. I'm thinking, okay, he's just going to try to get up rocks right here. This is going to be his answer to Kangaskhan. So I am going to switch out into my Druddigon as he maybe sets up rocks, goes for Gyro Ball so I can get up rocks of my own. But he goes for Hypnosis. So it later turns out that he brought Wide Lens Bronzong, or Zoom Lens or whatever it was. I think it's Wide Lens because that improves accuracy. So he was not using a Rocky Helmet against Kangaskhan, so that immediately threw me off, and I was like, oh crap. So now Druddigon is asleep, and I'm not going to be able to reliably get up rocks. I am just going to burn my first turn right here as he brings in Porygon Z, and this thing is a threat. Like, this thing is a huge threat to my team. Oh, by the way, Landorus is a Basculin. I have no idea why. Apparently that's a thing that's happening on replays recently, so yeah, my Landorus is apparently a Basculin this game. So I am just going to switch out right here, go into my Crest as he goes for a Tri-Attack. That does absolutely nothing, and I am going to Toxic this Porygon Z as it's going to be my way of taking care of it as he goes to the Nasty Plot. So basically, I'm terrified right now because I was expecting Specs, which Cresselia can take on. It still takes pretty solid hits, but Nasty Plot is even scarier for me to try to deal with. So I just Toxic that thing. I'm going to try to wear it down passively as he goes for another Tri-Attack. Gets the Paralysis as I go for Rest. So, I mean, right now it looks like Cresselia is going to be able to stall out this Porygon Z potentially, but I have a feeling that he is going to try to go for a... first of all, I go for Sleep Talk to see if I can get a Psyshock or something like that, but unfortunately I do not. I mean, that was just kind of a gamble. Just roll the dice, see if I get Psyshock, because that will allow me to take out this Porygon Z a little bit easier, and unfortunately I don't, but again, that was on me for going for it. And right here, I do calc that Kangaskhan has a chance to live, so I'm going to go into that as he goes for an Agility, and now I can't even reliably Revenge Kill this thing. So yeah, I'm just going to have to rely on Poison and Fake Out to do the job, as I am going to Mega Evolve, go for Fake Out. I just barely miss out on enough damage to be able to take this thing out. I mean, Leftovers ended up being ridiculously nice for me, or for him rather, as he is going to take me out with the Tri-Attack, but Porygon Z will go down to the Poison. And then right here, I was thinking about going into Lando, and I do want to say to Joost that I did calc Timid and not Modest, so my apologies for that. I go into my Lando as I thought he would bring out his Beedrill to maybe try to get some momentum on something. And so right here, I was like, okay, because he has Gourgeist, I actually can't set up to try to win just yet with Z-Gravity. I think that I can, like, at this point, if I go for Z-Gravity and he doesn't go into Gourgeist, then I can get a kill or at least dent something very heavily. So I know that somebody like that would not want to... Well, first of all, I don't think that people would stay in with Mega Beedrill on a Z Landorus. I would think that they would just U-turn out, and then also the fact that he had Gourgeist. If he didn't have Gourgeist, I would set up with Lando and go for that right now. But because I was wrong in my list of his team, I did not prep properly for Gourgeist, so I can't set up Lando yet. So thinking that he is going to go Gourgeist right now to try to take the Earthquake or the Z-Fly from Lando, I am just going to go straight into my Crobat, as Crobat can take care of the Gourgeist as he goes for Iron Defense with his Beedrill. Now, if I'd gone for Z-Gravity right there, I would have just been able to claim my kill. Like, I would have been able to go, wait, what the heck? Why did it change to like? I don't even know what is going on with, I mean, I guess they're trying to implement the new sprites for Ultra Sun and Moon, but yeah, so Mega Beedrill turned into a Lycanroc, and Landorus T is a Basculin, and Mega Kangaskhan is just missing, so there's that. But man, I'm so mad at myself because I really should have just gone for the Z-Gravity. Like, I really should have, and then tried to do some damage to his team, because even a defensive Gourgeist would not be able to take me on if I was +1 with Psychic. So, I mean, I'm just kind of mad about that. Like, I would have eventually been able to wear it down with +1 Psychics and defense drop, so I'm mad about that. But either way, he is going to be able to Baton Pass into his Clawitzer, and this thing's a problem. So I go for Brave Bird. Doesn't do as much as I want to, and I'm going to go for the Toxic right there. Well, hindsight 2020, should have just gone for another Brave Bird, as this would have put it in range of Earth Power from Landorus, but I decided to go for Toxic, thinking that, okay, even if he specs, I might be able to wear it down with different mons. And then this is where my knack for keeping sacks ended up biting me in the butt, because I should have just sacked Crobat right there, but I was trying to keep it for Como. Actually, you know what? I stand by my play of saving Crobat, as it could have potentially roosted up on Bronzong and Gourgeist, but I okay, my Houndoom has a 25% chance to get knocked out by modest specs Dragon Pulse, which this 100% is based on the damage. So I am going to go into that, be able to revenge kill this Clawitzer, still have Houndoom, and not have anything else damaged on my team. So that's what I'm going to go for right there, as he does get the roll and knocks out Houndoom. So that's atrocious. That is horrible, horrible, horrible for me. And this is where the fact that I didn't go for Brave Bird is coming back to bite me, because now I have to go into my Landorus to try to revenge kill this thing, and I'm just going to miss out with Earth Power, as he is going to be able to get a Dragon Pulse off on me, and now Landorus is in no position to do any type of revenge sweeping at all, and I'm pretty sure that I'm just going to lose this game at this point due to Lando being at 10, Crobat being at 22, Cresselia being low and asleep, and Druddigon being asleep as well. So Clawitzer does luckily go down, but I mean, now he's just going to go into Beedrill and just start claiming kills. I sack Landorus. I go into Crobat thinking, okay, maybe he'll try to pass, but no, he does just knock me out. I was thinking that if he was, because he revealed Iron Defense and Baton Pass, he might try to be a bulkier Beedrill or something like that, but no, he does just knock me out as I get the Rocky Helmet, and I think, okay, my only chance is to, my only chance is to stall out is to take out his Beedrill with my Druddigon. There I go. Okay, so where was I? I was back here. Okay, so he does knock out my Crobat, and I think, okay, Cresselia has a chance. I mean, yes, I still had to wake up, but I have a chance to wake up against something and rest again, get off a Toxic, that type of thing. So I go into my Druddigon, and I'm like, okay, Beedrill can only 3-hit KO me with Poison Jab, so I am just going to go into that, try to wake up, maybe taunt to try to keep him from being able to Baton Pass into, like, Como or something like that, as I do luckily get that play right. And I am just going to go for my Rocks right here, because either way, if he hits me right here and I go for Earthquake, then I don't get Rocks up, but if he hits me with Poison Jab right here, I get my Rocks up, and then he'll have to KO me with another Poison Jab, which will take him out. So that's going to be my game plan at this point. Just try to get Rocks up and potentially stall the rest of his team out with Cress. But unfortunately, he gets the immediate poison, so that's just GG right there, because my Druddigon will go down, my Cress will go down to a U-turn as well, and yeah, basically I just had no chance in this game. Like, the fact that he was memeing and his memes worked really well against me, and the fact that hacks... This is honestly the worst I've been hacked since I've been in Draft League. And yes, this game does not matter at all, as we have both clinched. But, I mean, it's still just kind of like a salt in the wound type of thing. When, okay, so first of all, I don't like losing at all. I'm very, very, very competitive, probably to a fault. But then the fact that hacks just determined how this battle went so incredibly was kind of annoying. And also, I'm just thinking back to the fact that had I just gone for Z-Gravity immediately with Lando, I potentially could have won the game based on his sets, and I would have had a potential to even sweep based on what he had and what he had left. So that's something that's gonna stick with me. So, I mean, unfortunate right there. Joost does beat me, but I mean, again, we're both in playoffs, and he's somebody that I could definitely encounter in playoffs. So, yeah, GG, dude. Sorry that I was as salty as I was. I'm just like, even though this game doesn't matter at all, I mean, I just don't like getting hacks. Like, getting hacks to this degree makes me salty in general, so I apologize for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me get thoroughly body bagged. And also, this title was something that Jolt and I came up with while I was building. The game hadn't even happened yet, but it actually works. So there's that, and hope you guys enjoyed the thorough destruction. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and this is Styx, signing out. Why not? See you guys.